Representative, on page 2, line 3, your bill says school libraries shall not include any form of sexually explicit material. Under that provision, would the Bible verse Ezekiel 23:20 be permissible in a school library?
Thank you for the question. I've visited with many individuals that are doctors in theology, and they said that none of this, being it says acts of, are included in the Bible.
Recognized for a follow-up.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And just to clarify that, I'm looking at the actual definition of obscene material. Is defined as includes any representation, performance, depiction, or description of sexual conduct. And so I'm wondering how you reconcile that with the quote, there she lusted after her lovers, whose genitals were like those of donkeys, and whose emission was like that of horses. How is that acceptable for a public school library?
Thank you for that question. You are looking at the wrong version of the bill. This is sexually explicit material. That was the first version of the bill.
Yep. Recognized for your final follow-up. Ask you back in the queue.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I guess along that line of being what is sexually explicit to me, I mean, to you it's maybe not, but I don't see how that's very subjective as being sexually explicit.
Thank you for the question. Let me answer your question with a counter question. Depictions or descriptions of acts of sexual intercourse, acts of masturbation, acts of oral anal sodomy, which one of those are acceptable around minors?
Recognized to clarify the question.
And I'll go back to the Bible verse and read it as, quote, there she lusted after her lovers, whose genitals were like those of donkeys, and whose emission was like that of horses. There's already language in that Bible verse that is against state statute.